What day is it? What day is it? Mike, 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 Mike. What day is it? What day is it? Hump Day! It's Hump Day! Good morning. I hope you are all doing well and that you are safe. I pray that you are having a good week. Today I have a scripture lesson for us from 1 Kings chapter 19. It's kind of the pivotal moment in the life of Elijah's ministry. Elijah came to a cave and spent the night there. Then the word of the Lord came to him, saying, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" He answered, "I have been very zealous for the Lord, the God of hosts. For the Israelites have forsaken your covenant, thrown down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword. So I alone am left, and they are seeking my life to take it away." He said, "Go out and stand on the mountain before the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by." Now there was a great wind, so strong that it was splitting mountains and breaking rocks in pieces before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a sound of sheer silence. When Elijah heard it, he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood at the entrance of the cave. Then there came a voice to him that said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" You know, it's a story that seems so appropriate at times in our lives. We have the seasons where maybe we're on the run or we're fighting things. And sometimes when we talk to our friends about it, we don't receive some good advice sometimes. It's frustrating to know that in some instances we wonder where God is, and some of the responses can be hurtful. Elijah reminds us that God's presence comes in the stillness. It wasn't in the wind, it wasn't in the earthquake, and it wasn't in the fire, but God's presence was in the stillness. Yet when things go bad, we have folks that give us those platitudes. Well, maybe this was just God's will, or everything happens for a reason, which is okay when things are going well, but what about when things are not going so well? Someone is waiting or watching over you is a frequent response we hear as well, which is good when the outcome is positive and pleasant. But when sometimes we get the diagnosis we don't want, when we get news of the loss of a loved one, when we have financial and economic hardship, those things just don't seem to cut it, do they? It's not good theology. But what we do have is we have God's love. It is eternal, like a parent. The pandemic is not God's judgment, and neither are the other things that go bad in our lives. No, God is like a parent, and God promises to love us through our ups and our downs. God promises to be present with us in the stillness. So when people talk to us, and we want to be good Christians, and we want to try and help them feel better, we have to learn that we don't have to fix it. That all we have to do is be present, to be still, and to share God's love. Have a great week, friends. Bye-bye.